Welcome to the College Trip Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Josh. In this episode, I'll be discussing all the steps you need to take to plan a successful road trip as a college student. From budgeting to mapping out your route, I'll walk you through the entire process and give you some tips to make your road trip as stress-free and enjoyable as possible. I actually have my fair share of road tripping experience, as I brought my dog to college in PA from my home in Colorado, and this summer will be my fourth time driving back across the country. Planning a road trip can be broken down into 5 steps. Establish a budget, choosing a destination, mapping out your route, booking accommodations, and packing your essentials. Now let's get into the details. Step 1, establish a budget. The first step in planning your road trip is to establish a budget. Consider how much money you can allocate to the trip and use that to guide the rest of your decisions. Think about things like transportation, lodging, food, activities, and maybe some souvenirs. Also, don't forget to set aside money for unexpected costs that may arise, like not being able to get to your hotel, so you have to book a last-minute one, car troubles, or even an extra meal if you're feeling hungry. An important tip for calculating costs is that you need to figure out how many tanks of gas it will take you to reach your destination. To do this, find the distance you are traveling and divide it by your vehicle's mile per gallon. Also, add a couple of tanks to your gas fund to make sure that if you have to take any detours or you get stuck in traffic and you burn through your gas quicker than you expected, you will still be able to continue on your journey. Step 2, choose a destination. The next step is to decide where you want to go. Consider what type of environment you want to experience and make sure you factor in the distance of your trip. Keep in mind that the longer the trip, the more money you'll need to allocate in terms of gas, accommodations, and activities. It's also important to consider the season, since some destinations may be more enjoyable during certain months of the year than other months. For example, a couple of summers ago, I went to the Four Corners Monument, where the corners of Colorado, Utah, Nevada, and New Mexico meet. It was a great experience, and I even got to take a picture of myself lying in 4 separate states at the same time. I can tell you for a fact, though, that it would have been much less enjoyable during the wintertime. I'm not going to lay down in the snow. On the other side of the coin, somewhere like Yellowstone National Park's beauty is enhanced during the winter, with the snow-capped Rockies backing scenes of bison and moose. Anyways, step 3, map out your route. Once you've chosen your destination, it's time to map out your route. Use a mapping service to plan the most efficient route and consider stopping along the way to break up the trip. This is also a good time to research any extra attractions or activities you may want to check out while you're on your way to your main destination. I recommend Google Maps, as you can put your destination in and then search for stops along the route. For longer road trips, I stopped about every 4 hours or so to take a bathroom break, fill up the gas, and stretch my legs for a little bit. Once all the pins and needles go away, it's time to get back on the road. Step 4, book accommodations. Next, you'll need to book your accommodations. Consider what type of lodging you prefer and decide if you want to stay in hotels or Airbnbs along the way. You can also look into camping if that's something you're interested in. Make sure to do your research ahead of time and book early to secure the best rates. I preferred hotels that had some sort of breakfast included to take a stop off my trip and to save some money. Also, if you're like me and traveling with an animal, make sure to double check that it's a pet-friendly hotel. Just because one branch is, doesn't mean the hotel in the next state will be. Step 5, pack your essentials. Once all your bookings are taken care of, it's time to start packing. Make sure you bring the essentials like clothes, toiletries, medications, any chargers or cords that you may need. Also, don't forget to pack snacks and drinks for the road. Depending on the season, you also may want to bring items such as a blanket, a snow shovel, and kitty litter in the winter, just in case something happens, you want to be prepared. And that's it. Following these steps will help you ensure that your road trip is a success. Just remember to budget, choose a destination, map out your route, book accommodations, and pack your essentials. Have fun and safe travels.